Hey Virgo, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings. This week we are doing just a bit of a general reading, but I will be pulling some cards for love as well. Um, don't mind my lizard in the background there running around. But we are running a competition where if you do leave a comment on one of my videos, you will go in the draw for a free personal reading. So we'll be drawing that when we hit 100 subscribers, and we are getting really close, guys. So make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. But thank you all so much for your support so far. It does mean a lot to me, okay? But today we are going to be using the lenormand. I also have with me the Romantic Fairy Oracle. But starting our readings today, we have the Oracle of the Shapeshifters by Lucy Cavendish. Okay, so we'll get straight on into it for you, Virgo, and see what wants to come out. What does Virgo need to know? What does Virgo need to be aware of? Virgo. Wow, some very spiritual looking energy going on there today, Virgo. Firstly, we do have the wolf moon coming through. Okay, so that does say, I will watch over you. So that is basically, the moon looks over us always, and it is whatever you believe in, whether it's God or angels, protectors, those sorts of things. They are just letting you know that you are very protected at this time. All right, they are watching over you. For some of you, this may actually be a person as well popping on through. We'll get a bit more info when we move over to the Lenormand, but sometimes it can talk about, somebody keeping tabs on you online, or, even just a mother or father figure, always watching out for you, that kind of a thing as well. All right, so we'll have a look in a minute, but the second card we do have here is the Orca Magic card, and I can never say this word. It does say the Akashic Libraries open. Okay, so if you know anything about that, that is a very spiritual sort of subject. It's talking about that deeper wealth of knowledge that we all have access to spiritually. All right, so a lot of the time, even if you're not a spiritual person, it's going to be talking about that wealth of knowledge that exists. These days we can just jump on a computer and type into Google and find out the answer to pretty much anything we want to know. So there is a wealth of knowledge out there for the taking. This generally does talk a bit more, spiritual knowledge kind of stuff as well. But when even if you're not a spiritual type person, it does sort of talk about that wealth of knowledge within yourself, from your experiences in this life, your friends' experiences, your family's experiences, all those sort of coming together to give you this sort of this subconscious knowledge of consequences and whatnot as well. All right, so but if that is something that you are interested in, the Akashic Libraries. Okay, so it's an interesting topic to look into. There's quite a lot of meditations and things that you can do around that subject as well, but it really does sort of talk about the wealth of human knowledge as a whole, and it's a spiritually accessible thing to each and every one of us. All right, so if you don't know much about that, and you are interested, look it up. It's very interesting. It's like a one of those rabbit holes you'll get lost in for hours, I think, Virgo. But we'll get some extra info there. So the wolf moon, Virgo being protected at the moment. It's a lovely energy. I can feel that that wolf moon energy is quite nice. Okay, so we'll see what that's all about. So what does Virgo need to know, please? Okay, and the Orca Magic card. What does Virgo need to know, please? Okay, Virgo, just 1 second. I'm just gonna, that lizard's trying to get under my cupboard. Just 1 sec. Okay, sorry about that weird pause, Virgo. That the bearded dragon has, ever since I went away for a week, and he has obviously missed me because he has been going nuts ever since I got back. Okay, so with that wolf moon card, Virgo, we do have the coffin, which was followed by the fish and the letter. All right, so straight away, I want to bring this to our attention, the fish and the letter. The letter is all about communication, all right? So texting, emailing, phone calls, in person, online, all that sort of thing. So once again, like I did vaguely mention there that, this could be somebody in particular watching over you, but it is for reasons of the fish, all right? So the fish is all about abundance and, financial success and those types of things. So if someone's keeping tabs on you online, it's kind of like they, I'm feeling a very positive vibe from this. So for some of you, this is actually going to be like, positive financial news, possible documents coming through that letter as well, like financial documents that are actually going to help create more abundance, more income for you. So it's definitely an interesting thing there coming through. But, wealth can be a lot more than just finances as well. And we are seeing that wealth of communication coming through. So I do feel as though, if there is somebody, and you're going to have an idea, I feel intuitively, if there is somebody sort of keeping tabs on you or wanting to protect you from afar, they are going to be communicating that, to you in some way, and you'll sort of understand why I feel like they're keeping tabs on you. It's kind of that protection from afar vibe anyway, more so than keeping tabs. So, it may be somebody like, just wanting to make sure you're doing okay. And, if you're needing any help, so it's kind of like that someone might reach out to you and be like, look, I notice you're struggling a little bit at the moment. Can I help with this or that? So it could be talking about something like that for some of you. Okay. But it definitely could be talking about news about positive financials coming through somehow as well. But we do firstly have that coffin energy. All right, so the coffin does talk about things that have ended. It is that death and rebirth. So something has ended for you in the past, and this is probably why someone's feeling a bit protective of you. I feel because when we go through the closure of something, it can be quite a difficult time, regardless of what that is that we're closing out in our life, whether it's a job, a relationship, housing, anything like that, whatever we're closing out there, that period of time while we're kind of, just stagnant in this coffin period, before we move into the new energy, because, every death there is a rebirth as well. So closing the door on something does open the door to something new. All right. But I feel as though that's maybe like for some of you, this is feeling like a career thing. All right. That especially with the fish there as well. So that you may have like ended a job and be waiting to start the next job or something like that is what I'm kind of getting there. So if that's the case for you and you've just sort of, you're waiting to hear back from another job, I feel as though that's going to be positive news. But yeah, they may be sort of, just checking your background and those sorts of things. Okay. So just yeah, that I will protect you, but it's kind of that vibe as well that, whatever it is that you personally believe in, is protecting you through this period as well. So you will start to see that wealth coming back through and getting a lot of communication coming through with that as well. So that I feel like that's different for everybody within the collective. So let me know in the comments, what that is for you, that you've just sort of closed out one cycle and you're slowly moving forward into the next. All right. But then when it comes to that Orca Magic card, what a gorgeous picture, by the way. So that was like we were saying with that insider knowledge, so to speak, the spiritual knowledge, the wisdom within you, that you know, that's the way I sort of interpret that myself, is that it is, a lot of the time it refers to your own personal wisdom and intuition, you know, that gives you that guidance to know exactly where to go, what to do. But we do see the clover coming through first. Okay, so the clover is a very lucky card. It is that short-term luck, that pick a four-leaf clover, and you've got good luck. So it's right there for the taking. And you know, it does let us know that you can take some risks at the moment towards new things. All right, it can sometimes talk about taking a bit of a gamble, you know, taking a chance on something. And what we're seeing that you're able to take that chance on is this stork energy. Okay, and the stork is, you know, new beginnings. It's really stirs up brand new energy. You know, for some of you, I do want to mention that this can talk about that, like pregnancies. So it is that period of, you know, like waiting for things to be born into the world, that period of time where it's you know, you can take a chance on something and then, you know, slowly start gestating that before it is born out into the world. So it can talk about, you know, the birth of new ideas, and that sort of stuff as well. But you know, so when I talk about pregnancy, it's not always just, you know, having a baby. Pregnancy, you know, your baby could be a new job. Your baby could be, you know, a brand new idea that you're having, all those sorts of things as well. It really is just that new energy being stirred up, and you really being able to, you know, take a bit of a risk to go towards something new at the moment. All right. And once again, with that inner wisdom, you're going to kind of know already that it's safe to do so. This is just kind of confirming what you already probably know, that it is completely safe to take these chances at the moment. We also do have the feminine has come out. All right. So for some of you, especially with the stork and the feminine coming through, this definitely could be talking about an actual pregnancy for one or two of you there. You know, so keep that in mind if you're in that bracket. All right. But you know, if not, don't worry about that. Leave that for somebody else. But you know, the feminine overall does talk about, you know, once again, I'm getting quite a few different things here. Like I feel like a lot of the Virgos are on different spaces at the moment, and dealing with different things in their lives. You know, so I'll try to mention everything I'm getting here, because it could be talking about like a new business partner type person, in the case that, you know, we could actually be looking at an actual feminine here. So it would be like a businesswoman type person, you know, someone who stands quite strong and elegant in their power, you know, that kind of boss girl coming through with that energy, and that could be what we're taking that new um, energy from, is moving towards this particular person. So this maybe someone offering you a job, that kind of energy. You know, that's definitely coming through for some of you, that, you know, this new thing getting stirred up for you is directly involving a female. So definitely for some of you, I don't normally genderize the feminine and masculine, but for some of you that definitely is like a feminine figure, and it's kind of, they're kind of like, you know, like I said, very, you know, boss-ish, but also very motherly in their, in a very nurturing kind of way. So it could also talk about like somebody who seems sort of like a teacher, like somebody taking you under their wing to help you, you know, learn the tricks of the trade, or all that sort of stuff as well. But you know, otherwise this is just that emotional energy coming through here, you know, kind of letting you know, follow your emotions, your intuition. All right, because we are getting that stork energy, so that's going to sort of stir up quite a few emotions for you, you know, and sometimes it can be hard when a lot of things are going on and new things are coming into your life, and you don't really know how to, you know, interpret those emotionally as of yet. It's just letting you know to follow your intuition, and you know, if you've got those gut feelings, to follow them. All right, and nurture whatever these things are that are just sort of beginning for you. Pardon me, Virgo. Um, but yeah, so we'll move over on to love in specific. That was, like I said, coming through pretty separate to love for you today, Virgo. So we'll see what wants to come out for love in particular. Okay, Virgo. What does Virgo need to know about love, please? Okay, Virgo, we do have the perfect match card. All right. This came out for some one of the signs, I think, yesterday. And I thought that's the fire signs. And I couldn't help but notice that how much does this look like Nicki Minaj? What do you guys reckon? Leave me a note in the comments. Do you think that looks like Nicki Minaj? Anyway, the perfect match card. It does say you complete each other in the most harmonious way. All right. So if there is a person around you at the moment, Virgo, they are very, very well matched to you. But we also see the rendezvous card coming out. So that does say a private getaway for two is calling you. Okay, so that can just be talking about short-term physical things. It can be talking about, taking a bit of a getaway with someone, if you do have someone you're connected to. But yeah, definitely could be talking about, someone new that's just there for a sort of a physical, wham bam, thank you, ma'am kind of energy. But you guys are really well matched. So, even if that perfect match is just in the sense that you both just want the same thing, you know, go for it, all right? And if you're both on the same page, it's feeling like you are very well matched. So even if that's just a quick little fling type rendezvous, it kind of means that, they're in the exact same energy. You're both really well paced to, have that quick little fling and move on from there, Go Virgo. But no, for others of you, that is something a bit more long term I can feel coming through as well. And just sort of talking about needing to maybe take some time just to the two of you, a little private getaway, have a little spicy rendezvous, meet up with your person, and you guys are really perfectly matched anyway, all right? But we'll get a bit of extra detail there. Okay, Virgo. What does Virgo need to know about love, please? Okay, Virgo. So definitely seeing that perfect match coming on through once again. We do have the cross coming through. So that really does talk about, a spiritual connection between the two of you, like a religious, you may have similar religious or spiritual beliefs. Otherwise, you're just very well connected on a few different levels, I feel. It does talk about, this is kind of destined in a way as well. And it does talk about, if even if you're fully single, keep the faith, because destiny is coming for you, Virgo. It does have a very strong spiritual pull as well. So like I said at the beginning of your reading, we are getting quite a strong spiritual vibe at the moment, from you, Virgo. So that may be something that you are sort of looking a little bit more into, for your own personal knowledge at this time. We also have the rider and the masculine coming on through. All right, so this is pretty straightforward. It does let us know that you are going to have good news on the way when it comes to this person. Okay, so this is probably a person, like I did say with the feminine. I don't normally genderize these, and I'm not going to genderize this little guy here because I'm not getting a specific gender off it today. It is just someone on the way towards you with good news about a person. All right, and the person is going to be somebody who is like, a bit more stoic, probably a non-emotional. They come from a logical space, rather than an emotional place. They probably stand tall and firm and set in who they are. They're probably a quite strong, powerful type person. All right, so that's what I'm kind of getting off this person. I do feel that for some of you, they're probably quite reserved as well. So maybe even to the point of being a little bit shy. But you are going to be getting some good news about this person, and it is related to love. All right, so for some of you, this probably is that rendezvous. Okay, so and it may be you. as well. This may actually be you. So if you identify as what I sort of just described, and that sounds like you, there could be good news on the way for you, like good news about love for you, that someone that you've been hoping that will reach out to you will sort of bring good news to you. It's so that kind of vibe I'm getting as well, Virgo. So, I do feel that for a few of you, this is about that rendezvous in particular. All right. And there's good news on the way that someone's ringing you going, oh, I booked the tickets to our little cabin getaway or whatever it is. All right. So I do feel that for a couple of you, that's sort of what that good news is going to be, is something along those lines where it is specifically relating to that rendezvous. Like, oh, I found I'm going to actually have time free on Sunday. Do you have the day free? And and you guys will organize to meet up, or whatever that is for you in your situation. All right. Like I said, that it is a collective reading, okay, guys, and I have picked up on like a lot of different Virgo energy today. So you know I don't normally say sort of pick and choose, but you'll know what resonates to you. We did have that Orca Magic card, so your innate knowledge is going to sort of let you know which of those messages were specific to you and your particular situation. You are more than welcome to check your other placements if you did want something a little bit more, choreographed, so to speak. Obviously, I just read what I feel and whatever comes through at the time. So, it sometimes it can feel a little. It does to me. It feels a little bit, you know, lots of messages for lots of different Virgos all in one. Okay, very similar stories, but different specifics. So, hopefully that does resonate for you guys. But like I said, if not, feel free to check your other placements. Okay. But that's what I have for you today, Virgo. Hopefully I will see you all again soon.